Greetings guys, and welcome to NemTech channel. My name is Nehemiah, and this is lesson 10 on NumPy. We are going to discuss NumPy splitting arrays. But then before we start, please consider subscribing to this channel if you have not subscribed yet. And to the returning subscribers, thank you very much for your continued support. Now, talking about NumPy, splitting NumPy arrays. What do we mean by splitting arrays? Now, in the previous lecture, we talked about joining NumPy arrays. Now, splitting is the reverse operation of joining. Joining merges multiple arrays into one, and splitting breaks one array into multiple. Now, we use array underscore split method for splitting arrays. Now, we pass it the array we want to split and the number of the splits. So perhaps guys, let me show you, for example, how to split a one-dimensional array into three parts, into three arrays. So first of all guys, before you do anything, you must import the module, which is NumPy, but we're importing as an alias np. So I'm gonna create an object with the variable a, then let me assign it to this object np dot array method. Then here let me create some list, perhaps 6 items, 6 elements, 1 2 3 4 5 6, or whichever number of elements you wish to have. And then here in the new line of code, I'm gonna create another object that we want to split. So this new array is gonna be np underscore, I said that we use this np dot array underscore split method, which will split what our one-dimensional array here into three arrays, into three different types of array. So here you must specify the object that you want to split, and then the number of splits. So for example, I want to split it into 3 parts, so I will just define there, I just type in there 3 parts. Then now to the print function guys, I say print b. Now the print function, remember, is used to execute the codes at the terminal. Now this, let me click on the run so that we may see the output. You can see here at the terminal you have done what you have just split it into 3 parts. So perhaps let me try to split into 2 parts, and you see, and then guys, you can see it works very perfectly. Now you need to know that the return value is an array containing 3 arrays. Now guys, if the array has less element than the required, it will adjust from the end accordingly. So perhaps let's say we want to split into 4 parts. You can see that it goes into 6. So when you try to divide it into 4 parts, it might not be, because a 4 is not divisible into 6. So it will try to adjust itself so that it may fit in accordingly. So let me click on the run, and then I guess you can see that it does what, it adjusts itself at the end accordingly. And so guys, basically this is how we can do it. This is how we can split these arrays. And then guys, the other thing that you must know is that we also have the method called split available, but it will not adjust the elements when the elements are less in the source array. For splitting, like in this example, which you have used the array underscore split method, which it has worked properly. So if we use the split, it will done what, it will fail. So like for example, let me remove this split, and then let me actually array underscore split, then let me just use the split method, and then I guess you can see it does what it brings. It brings an error. So this is not appropriate to use. Sorry, it's not very good to use that split, because when the elements are less, it will not adjust itself accordingly. So it's always wise to use what, and this method array underscore split, so that it can adjust itself, accordingly. So yeah. And then guys, let's now talk about split into arrays. Now guys, the return value of the array underscore split method is an array containing each of the split as an array. Now if we split, for example, an array into 3 arrays, you can access them from the results, just like any array element. So let me do this. Let me try. I think, what should I do? So guys, here the print function, or let me just copy these codes so that I cannot repeat myself several times. So guys, let's try to access the splitted arrays here and the print function. So here let me say print, and then specify the object, but then I want us to access the first one. So the first one is gonna be 0. Remember, indexing NumPy begin from 0, and then let me just copy, just split it into let me split into 3 parts here, and then here let me just print differently now, so that this will access the first element, second, and then here let me say 2. So 2 it will be like a 3. So to the run button, let me run, and then guys, you can see that we have done what we have just accessed the splitted arrays here. So guys, this is how we can do it. This is how we can access the splitted arrays. Now let's talk about, we have done what we have been discussing, splitting a one-dimensional array. So let's talk about splitting the two-dimensional arrays. Now guys, I will use the same syntax when splitting the two-dimensional arrays. We use the array underscore split method, and then passing the number, the array you want to split, and the number of splits you want to do. So guys, I want to show you an example, perhaps to split the two-dimensional array into 3 two-dimensional arrays. So, and there's a new line of code. First of all, let me just paste it here, the module, and then let me create an object, perhaps with variable a, or whichever variable you wish to have, and then let me assign it to this array. So I'm gonna create a two-dimensional array, perhaps 1, 2, and then also perhaps let me say let me create also another a two-dimensional array, perhaps actually another element, let me say perhaps 3, 4, again another element, 5, then 6, then also another element, perhaps sorry, I should be in the square brackets, and then here let me say 7, and then 8, perhaps the other one 9, and then 9, and then 10, also another one, perhaps 11, and then 12. So guys, here the new line of code, I'm gonna create a new object in the variable b, the one that I want to split. Then let me assign it to this method np.array underscore split split array split object a into perhaps into 3 parts, into 3 parts. Then let me print let me say print new array, print this new array, which is b. Then at the run button, you can see that I have done what I have just splitted these two-dimensional array into 2 different parts. So guys, basically actually we have split it into 3 different into 3 two-dimensional arrays. And then guys, you can see that we have done what we have splitted this two-dimensional array into 3 two-dimensional arrays. Now guys, in this example, you can see that it has done what it has returned two-dimensional arrays. Now let's look at another example. For example, this time each element in the two arrays containing 3 elements. So let me try to split the two-dimensional array into 3 two-dimensional array here. So let me just add to perhaps to another number, like let me add to, for example, 13 and 14. Also let me say perhaps 15, and then 16, 16, and then also perhaps 17, and then 18. So guys, I want to split this two-dimensional array into 3 two-dimensional array. So what I do, let me click on the run button again, and then guys, you can see that I have done what I have splitted this two-dimensional array into 3 different dimensional array. So guys, basically in addition, guys, you can specify which axis you want to do the split around, to split around. Now let me show you an example, perhaps to split the two-dimensional array into 3 two-dimensional arrays along the rows. So to do that, guys, what I'm gonna do here, you specify what the axis. So for example, here I'll do what, let me specify the axis here. Let me say axis perhaps 1. Then let me do what, let me click on the run, and then guys, you can see that I have done what we have splitted these are two-dimensional array into 3 two-dimensional array along the the rows. And so guys, an alternative solution is using the hsplit, which is the opposite of h-stack, just the opposite. Now I want to use that, for example, to use the hsplit method to split what the two-dimensional array into two-dimensional arrays along the rows. Remember the h stack, it used to to join arrays along the rows, but then now the hsplit method is used to split the two-dimensional array into 3 two-dimensional array into perhaps along the rows. In this example, I'm using this example, that's why I said 3. And so guys, an alternative solution is using the hsplit, which is the opposite of h-stack, which is used to join arrays along the rows. Now the hsplit, it will split arrays along the rows. So guys, let me show you that. Here, instead of the array, I'm gonna replace with the hsplit. As I said, is the opposite of h-stack. And then here you are going to remove what this argument here, and then here I change it to 2. And then guys, when you click on the run, you can see that we have done what we have just split it into two-dimensional arrays. So guys, please go ahead, subscribe, like, and share the video to your friends. Until next time, this is Nehemiah. Goodbye.